Hello, friends, and welcome back to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you for joining me today. We are doing our updates for what was done last week and what we're going to be doing this upcoming week. So, and I will tell you guys what our May project is going to be, our Saturday sew along. Now, granted, we don't have our March completed or our April completed, and we're starting to May. I will have one of the two completed before this happens. So let's get started. First thing is first, y'all, once again, I can't say enough how much I am loving, absolutely loving these project boxes. I have a link down in the description. I purchased these. I think they came 6 in a package. I'm pretty certain that's what it was. But y'all, these are so easy. You can take the lid off and it sits. The bin sits right in the lid. It's there. Now, you know, if you have these other bins, I have my Reflections mystery quilt pieces in this. So, but you know, if you have these bins, when you open them up, you got to figure out something to do with that lid. No, not the new bins. These bins, you take the lid off, put it underneath, and you can keep your bin on your table without it falling off or knocking something else off, and it doesn't take as much room. I'm loving these. Loving these. I mean, y'all, I gotta say, I think I like these more than the light. The laser light that I got. So, let's see what we have here. This is out of the Fat Quarter by the Dozen book. And we are doing the quilt that is the very last quilt in the book. This is called the Sunbeam quilt. This was our March Saturday sew along. Yes, it is taking us 2 months to do this, or me. It is taking me 2 months to do this because I only sew on it, or I have been sewing on it only about an hour a week, and I need to pick that up. Well, I have been picking that up. So let me show you how nice this is. You can see everything in the side and in the top. These are my blocks that are separated out and stacked up in there. And see, that's what I mean. I can keep this on my table. Just pull, like I know I can pull. Let me find the 4 squares right here. I can pull that like that. That makes a whole block right there. So I have been doing that this week. Now, you might have seen on Wednesday that I had finished 2 of my blocks. Well, guys, I've gotten a few more done than that now. You will remember I did this block and this block. And we did this block, or I did this block. And there's, I think this is block number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 5 blocks done, friends. I thought I got 6 blocks done, but I guess I only have 5 because I thought I was halfway. I thought I was halfway done with my blocks, but that's okay because I will continue to sew more of the blocks. I'm trying to get at least 1 block a day done. So, I guess that's about right because I did 2 for you guys on Wednesday. So, yeah, that's about right. It looks like I got 1 block done each day. But we now have 5 of the blocks done. We will be working this again on Wednesday. I would love to have all of my blocks done and us be doing, putting the quilt together. But, you know, if that's not where we're at, that's okay. It's no biggie. The world is not going to end because I don't have the quilt done. But once again, that is the fat quarter by the dozen. We are doing that right now as a whip. Our Whip It Wednesday, which is perfectly fine because, you know, hey, we always got a quilt going on, or 2, or 10. You know, we always got something going on. But this here, if I do not finish it, we either have 1 or 2 Wednesdays left in the month. If I don't have it completely done by the end of the month, that will be okay. What I'll probably do is just give you put it in the updates so you can see what I'm doing. I am trying to get this completely emptied out so I can put my design wall back here behind me. That was the whole intention of this being back here behind me, was so I could put a design wall up back there. But I have to wait for my husband to come in Thursday to get my boards in so I can put my felt on it too. I think I either got felt or flannel. I might have got flannel and not felt. But I got some fabric to put on the boards to make me a design wall. It's not going to have the grids or anything on it, which is perfectly fine. I need my fabric to stick to it. So that's the game plan right now, is to finish getting this back here cleaned out. I have a utility shelf over here that I'm going to be putting all these boxes on. But that means I've got to get my utility shelf cleaned off. So, yeah. That's going to present a problem because right now it does have a sewing machine on it. And it's got, oh, guys, it's got so much stuff on it. It's got some project things on it, but I'm going to be taking these boxes and putting over there. That way they will be in my line of sight and I will know you got this many projects boxed up. You've got all the fabric. Let's do it. But friends, project 1 here is our Sunbeam quilt. I am hoping to finish it before the end of April. Now, the next project that we worked on this week, well, I don't think I really have to open this up because it's the Reflections Mystery Quilt. You can see my fabrics here in the side of it. Another reason I love these bins. Friends, y'all are going to get sick of hearing me say that, but I think once I have found a storage solution that works really well, and I'm not even having to put labels on these. Before I was putting labels on my bins. See, look like this one here. I've got reflections there. I was having to put labels on it. Yeah, you can kind of see through it, but when you have them stacked on the shelf, it's not, you can't really see through that. It's not enough space to see what's in it. But anyway, we did our Reflections Mystery Quilt. What we were doing was completing the February block, which this is what it ended up looking like. We have 16 of them. And friends, I'm going to tell you, when you trim them down, you know, there's a little trick to it. But I'm not sad that I've got these done. And do they all measure what they're supposed to? Not a single one of them measures fully what it should measure. Not a single one. So if you have that issue, you're not alone. Don't worry about it. I'm not worrying about it. It will all come out in the wash. We're not going to worry about it. But we did do the clue 7 of our Reflections Mystery Quilt. And once we completed that, we labeled it F2. I've got my label on it there. So that means I can take this bin, move it out of the way for another month. Now, our Saturday sew-along friends, y'all might have seen, I put it away and did not do much to it. But look at here. I didn't even trim it apart, friends. I just got, these are all sewn together, 9 patches. I don't know if that's how far I got in the recording, but know that I think I have almost, now I still have a few more. I have, let's see, this many more to put this on, and we will have all of our 9 patches completed, and we will start on our cross sections next Saturday. And I believe next Saturday is the last Saturday of the month. It may be, it may not be. I can't remember. But friends, also remember, coming in May, I think May we have 5 Saturdays, but one of the Saturdays we will be doing a Jolly Bar quilt for Jolly Bar Day. I think it's like the 2nd or 3rd Saturday of the month. The first Sunday of the month is my son's birthday. So I'm going to be out of town that first weekend because I'm going up to Little Rock to see him for his birthday. I've got to take his birthday quilt to him. But yeah, so I'm going to have to be ready for that weekend. So I will be pre-recording for that weekend, friends. Y'all may see me looking the same a lot of days in a row, but that's because I'm trying to record ahead so I can be gone for a weekend. Because that's what I do on my weekends. If my husband is not in, I record. I record all weekend to so I can have the week where I'm not so hectic, crazy, trying to get something together. But this quilt is from Just Two Charm Packs quilt book, and it is called the Morning Flower Patch. That is the Morning Flower Patch. This one finishes out at a 58.5 by 70.5. And I am so excited to be getting this one done. Y'all see what I did? I put my fabric down in here, and I'm going to go in and put this in here too, and then put my book on top of it. That's how I like to store it, but this just kind of got thrown in here because after I edited my video, I was like rushing, trying to get ready to go places, and I just threw it in there. My book was already in there. But I put my book on top in these storage bins, because if I'm moving storage bins, I can see exactly what it is right there in the top. So what were things that I needed to get done this week that I did not get done, or last week that I did not get done? I did not finish up this flowering quilt. I still need to take it apart right there below this block here. The sashing there and below does not come together even. It's off by like almost an inch. So I need to take it off right here at the bottom of this block, because I believe that's where the problem is, and get those straightened up. And it's also the bottom one. So this one row looks like it's good with the sashing on top and the sashing on bottom. But this row and the very bottom row looks like they're off just a little bit, and we'll fix that up. And once I get it fixed up, my plan was to get it to Miss Ava over the weekend, but I forgot. I still got to put borders on it. And actually, those borders are sitting right here on my machine. I've not moved them. They're still sitting right here. But I did not complete that. I did not complete the Charmed I'm Sure box quilt top. So let's see. What else did I not get done? I did get my alpha clippies, or alpha bitties, turned into alpha clippies. I finished all of them. I had the 2 boxes. I told you guys I had the 2 boxes, but I had 3 sets of alpha bitties. I did not add in, for some reason, the numbers. I know, 26 alphabets. You have 10 number. You need 36. 36 whole boxes. Holds every single one of your alpha clippies. Keeps them in order. Organized. I love these. fabulous storage solution, friends. I'm always looking for something that keeps things separated in order because I don't like going hunting for things. That takes too much time. But after I'm finished sewing with them, I can take time and put everything away how it needs to be. But this keeps everything, and I know you can't see because you're looking like that, but that's because let me shake them all down the same direction here. Some of them don't want to lay the same direction, but that's okay. And guys, you know, that may be a little OCD for me, but I like things to lay the same direction. I did have somebody ask me if I thought you could put 2 sets in here. I do not think you can. I think the one set is going to be big, you know, big enough. Because let me show you, the only way they would is if you were able to put them in not this way down in there, but if you could turn it sideways, and that's too tight, it won't fit that way. It fits best where it's facing this way. It doesn't matter really how they are, because guys, I'm going to be using these on our May Saturday sew along. Notice I have my bin here with my book in it. This is because I know I am about to cut this fabric up. I have not yet, but I will be cutting it soon. I will make sure to include this book down in the description. It is simply Half Yards by It's So Emma. Y'all may notice that I really like It's So Emma books, but the one that we are going to be working on is the Woodland Quilt. Now, I know you're probably saying that looks like the one we just did, or it looks like the Sunbeam quilt. I kind of have a type that I go for, and this is kind of it. I love the half square triangles. We've got some square and squares. We've got some, they're not half square. Let me see. We've got square and squares, half square triangles, and I think they're called hourglass blocks. That's what I think they're called. But this tip, I can tell you exactly what you've got to start with. Background sashing and border, 4¼ yards. Woodland blocks, you need 6 half yards. You need 6 half-yard cuts. So that's going to be your print, your color fabrics. Then you have another border that's a colored border, 1 2/3 yards. Then you need 7/8 yards for binding and 5 1/3 yards for backing. Now, guys, y'all know these can easily be made larger. You just have to figure the math out. I'm not a math person at all, but you know, you would just need to add like this here. Instead of 3, you could add 4, go 4 up, 4 across. So it says the quilt center should measure 50.5 by 60. Okay, here's the finished size. Finished size is 65.5 by 85.5. So that's going to be a fairly decent sized quilt. Big enough for 2 people to snuggle up under on the couch. Or my couch anyway, it will be. And you will see I have all my fabrics right here. I will be cutting these down sometime. Oh, let's see. Hopefully this week, before this weekend. It will definitely be before the first weekend of May, because that one will be pre-recorded. And we also have a D-Stash coming the last Sunday of the month. It is going to be a premiere video also that I will be there. So there's no fear. I will be there. And It's the last Sunday of the month. And the first is like on a Friday. So I should have everything shipped out. If you email me your information after the D-stash, if you email me the information that day or the next day, I will have your items shipped out before Friday. Now, we are coming up. I've had this issue a couple times with the USPS, and I have some. It's already being addressed. The person, if you're watching, you know I'm talking about your situation. The USPS is having issues getting packages where they go. I may have to start putting signature service on these packages, which you would have to pay for. Strictly because once the package leaves me, I have no control over the postal service, and I know neither do you. And it's not right for you to not get your package. So in essence, what happens, there has not been a resolution yet because I'm still waiting on my postmaster to get back to me with what their resolution is. But if ever I ship a package and it tells you that it has been delivered, wait 24 hours. Because sometimes they say they're delivered, but it's delivered to the post office and maybe not delivered to your address. Contact the post office. That's going to be your first step to do, is contact the post office and tell them, it says it was delivered, but it hadn't been. Because when I do a trace, they're just going to follow the tracking history. And if the tracking history says it's being delivered, then I have no recourse. And I can't file a claim on it because on the insurance, because it won't be paid. I am getting with my postmaster to find out what we can do better with this, because I've had this happen more than one time. It says it's delivered, and the recipient is saying, no, it's not delivered. I haven't received it. They did. And you know who you are, so I hope you're not offended that I'm talking about it. They did get one package that they received, and she told me she got one package, but the other one said it was delivered the same day, even though I shipped it probably 2 days after that, a day or two after that. So they should not have arrived the same day, which kind of has me concerned that maybe they got the packages confused. But if it goes by the tracking number, it blows my mind. I've got to get with my postmaster to find out how we can file an insurance claim, because I have lost a lot of money on these D-stashes because the USPS says they're delivered and they're not delivered, or half the stuff that was in there is not still in there. And I promise y'all, I put everything in those boxes because that's the idea, is to get it out of my house. And I have the boxes prepackaged. I put packing slips in there. I try to make sure to put a packing slip in there so you can see everything that was in there. And I check everything to make sure it's in that package. But I'm working with my postmaster to find out what we can do. Unfortunately, it may be an expense for the purchaser that's purchasing an item, because I'm going to have to start putting signature required on everything, even if it's a pattern. No, probably not, because that's not a big loss. But when it is a quilt top that is $50 to $100, that's a loss that I don't get made up for. And like at the end of the year, when I file taxes, I have to say that I received that money. And, I'm out of pocket that, even though I can file it as a loss, that really don't help me. It don't help me. But we are in the process still of trying to figure out what's happened to that package. So if you're watching, I'm not going to say your name because it's just a bad situation with the Postal Service. So I'm hoping that maybe they put it in someone else's box. They do that here all the time. I literally got my water bill and it said wrong address on it or wrong box on it, which is my address. It's the correct address. They just put it in the wrong box. So we get things like that all the time. I'm hoping whoever got it is an honest person and brings it to you, or carries it to the post office, or puts it back in their box with wrong address wrote on it. But as I said, I'm having to wait for my postmaster to get back to me to see if they can track it and get it to you. I hate that this has happened. First off, it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel bad because I was so excited for you to be getting this item. But we're waiting on the postmaster to get back and tell me how do we handle this situation? Like, all I can see is that it's delivered, and I know, I trust you 100% that you did not get it. I trust you 100%. And because I know it happens to me too. It says delivered and it's not there and doesn't make it for a week, and it's been 10 days. You should have had it by now. How I can go about filing a claim on insurance for a package that was not delivered, even though it says it was. And I know what that response is probably going to be. It was delivered, and so I'm not sure how that handles. The last time I tried to file a claim with the post office, they wanted me to have the person return the box to me that they received because they said it was a broken item in it. And when they sent me pictures of it, it had like 1 million shards of glass in it. And I'm like, absolutely not. We're not shipping that. We're not shipping broken glass. I know that's not how it was. I had 10 layers of bubble wrap on it because it was vintage item. So I had $150 claim item that I lost because it was more than one thing in there. So I had to reimburse them all of the money that they paid because it was broken. Whether I did or not, they were going to get their money back because it was broken. But long story short, I've got to figure out who files the insurance claims because I tried to get the recipient to do it, which by my understanding, that is the one that should be filing for the insurance claim. But I don't know. It could be whoever purchases it. I don't know how that works. But we're waiting. We're just in a holding pattern right now, waiting to find out from the postmaster what we need to do. The first thing they did tell me was to have you contact your local postmaster, postman, whoever you have, to let them know it says delivered and it's not, so they can start research on their end, because it does show that it did make it to that post office. And I know I've gone a long time on this, but friends, get ready for our May Saturday sew along. That is out of the Simply Half Yards by It's So Emma, and we're doing the woodland quilt. So that's the book and the pattern name that we're going to be doing. So if you want to sew along with me, gather your fabrics. If you don't, that's fine. Just grab whatever you're working on and we can still sew together. I hope you enjoy these Saturday sew-alongs. It's a nice little, probably 30 to 45 minute time frame where we can all come together and just sit and sew and chat. And I hope you enjoy that. But we are getting ready for the Saturday sew along. We are getting ready for the D-Stash, the last Sunday of the month. I am trying to wrap up this quilt, Charmed I'm Sure, the Sunbeam quilt, and the Morning Flower Patch quilt, which is our April Saturday sew along. So I'm hoping this upcoming Saturday we will be doing the cross blocks. It's your blocks that's got the plus sign in the middle of it. We will be working that and hopefully trying to start piece those together, because that's the last Saturday. And that will then turn into our next Whip It Wednesday. Our Sunbeam quilt, you will probably only see in updates after this Wednesday. So, friends, I think that's it. I always have a lot of stuff going on. Oh, I do have another quilt coming along sometime this week. I'm not sure. I'm hoping it's a quick little quilt. But I will continue to be sewing Sunbeam, Morning Flower Patch, and getting ready for the others. So I will have 2 other quilts going on. I'm thinking what's going on. We should be getting our Fat Quarter Shop Sew Sampler pretty soon. I'm hoping we'll be getting our Creative Notions subscription box real soon. I haven't seen anything about that yet, so I don't know. I'm not real sure about the upcoming Sew Sampler quilt along. You know, we are just now finishing the flowering. I don't know what the next one is going to be. I did hear it's going to be Bunny Hill Designs fabric line. I love Bunny Hill Designs fabric line. So I may have to do it, and I may actually have to get the fabric. I don't know. I may just do it. I may contact Miss Ava and see what she's got. I know I have some Bunny Hill Designs fabric. I need to pull it out. I need to find what their fabric requirements are, because I may have some Bunny Hill Designs fabric to where I don't have to buy all the fabric. But yeah, that is a possibility. You know, we are doing, right now, we're still doing the Yuletide Sampler 2. We're still doing the Reflections Mystery Quilt. We're still doing the March Saturday Sew Along, April Saturday Sew Along. I'll have something finished. I will make it my goal to have at least one quilt top to the long arms. So, friends, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy seeing what's going on in my sewing room. I love seeing what's going on in your guys' sewing room when you post pictures to my Facebook group. The link for my Facebook group is down in the description. I do featured posts of the Saturday sew-alongs. You are more than welcome to go in the comment section of those posts and post pictures of your progress. I love seeing that. I love seeing post, even if it's not one of the Saturday sew-alongs, just post what you're doing, friends. I love seeing it. Everybody that I've seen has got such beautiful, beautiful things out there. So give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not yet. We have lots of things coming all the time. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, friends.